Hello everyone! In today's video, I thought it'd be interesting to review and analyze the Brakiri fleet. I always found their ships' designs to be interesting compared to the other factions within the League of Non-Aligned Worlds. Within the League, the Brakiri are the only race to have the money and power to construct a vessel that's almost the same size as the Charlan warcruiser from the Minbari. They came from a hot planet where water was scarce. This scarcity drove them to leave their planet and search for more water, which they discovered in the outer planets within their system. The clans that went into space formed into corporations. Over time, these corporations grew in power and became the rulers of the new government, called the Brakiri Syndicate. The Syndicate doesn't possess one main fleet, but multiple. Every corporation controls their own military and works together when their territory is under attack. This could lead to issues since every corporation has their own military structure. Some corporations have a traditional navy with officers enlisted, while others only have one rank with multiple levels. The Brakiri Syndicate originally didn't have a warship since their main goal was to trade, but once the Dogar War ended, they realized that the only way that they could survive was to build a military and warships to help protect their assets. A majority of their ships and ground forces were built and operated by a few main corporations within their syndicate. Of course, some of these corporations specialized in ships, while others focused more on ground forces. Among the other leagues of members, the Brakiri military is quite advanced, but they haven't reached the level as other younger races, such as the Earth Alliance. Their disadvantage stems from their lack of unity and technology. The Brakiri corporations rarely share their technology with each other, which leads them to obtaining or creating equipment on their own. Their warships are usually designed for the needs of the corporation, and they seem to focus a majority of their development on gravitic equipment. They use a system called a magneto-gravitic, which is supposed to have the best aspects of gravitic engines and propulsion drives. They claim that their magneto-gravitic gives their ships artificial gravity, while other sources state that their system is a copy of a Centauri drive, and due to the Brakiri's lack of understanding of how the system works, their ship is unable to produce artificial gravity. Through their interest in gravitic technology, they adopted or created devices that made them a dominant faction within the League. Besides the use of particle and pulse weapons, the Brakiri have an array of other weapons and defenses that use gravitic tech, such as graviton beams, graviton pulsars, gravitic bolt, gravitic shifter, and a gravitic shield. One of the heavy weapons used on the Brakiri ships is a device called Graviton Beam. This weapon does have limitations such as long range and implementing massive damage. For defense, their ships use a Graviton Pulsar, which its main purpose is to destroy fighters and any target that's within close range. The power capacity for the pulsar can be an issue. Once fired at its max, it's known to overload. The predecessor to the Graviton Pulsar is a weapon called the Bolt. Once corporations created the Pulsar, they sold the Graviton Bolt to other corporations to make a profit. This weapon was helpful for defense due to its close range capabilities. A light version of the Bolt was created which is used by fighters. As mentioned before, the Brakiri corporations usually hide their technology from each other. Due to this reason, less powerful enterprises usually equip their vessels with outdated weapons. This is different when it comes to defense. Since the shield device was stolen from the Abai and easily accessible, a great amount of corporations use the device within the syndicate. New technologies such as the gravitic shifter are kept a secret and will only be sold until it's considered outdated. Due to this factor, there's a huge gap in tech within the different fleets. Now let's review the different ships that are used. Starting out on the list is the Brakiri Fighter, or also referred to as the Falkoso Light Interceptor Fighter, or the Flamer. This vessel is small and maneuverable. Compared to the other fighters used by their neighbors, the Flamer is cheaply made and is ineffective against ships that are heavily armored, shielded, or both. This fighter is poorly armored and is equipped with a light gravitic bolt. Since the Flamer doesn't possess a jump drive, the Brakiri had to develop a vessel that can transport fighters to different locations within their territory. This vessel would eventually be known as the Brokados Battle Carrier. This ship was originally designed after the Brakiri heard about the power of the Earth Alliance Omega class. They wanted a ship that had enough firepower to take on other enemy ships and carry fighters. As planned, the ship was able to carry 2 squadrons and have the ability to slice through their enemies by using a heavy laser. For defense, they were able to protect themselves by using a powerful shield. The only issue behind this vessel is its lack of armor. Due to this design flaw, the battle carrier lacked the ability to stay in combat for long periods of time. The Brakiri corporations noticed that they would still need a troop transport vessel as well to carry their infantry to different planets to help protect their assets on the ground. This vessel that was used was called the Skyhammer class troop carrier. This ship was designed to be well equipped against ground forces, but still needed assistance from other vessels to protect it while being in space. Due to the impressive design of the Skyhammer, the Brakiri created a modified version called the Tobreaki Assault Shuttle. It's a crossbreed between a breaching pod and a landing shuttle. The ship is equipped with grapples and a magnetic ceiling hull cutting ring. It's also capable of carrying two full units of Brakiri infantry and a single powerful weapon system. Even though the Brakiri possessed powerful carriers, they still needed a vessel that can take on heavy enemy fighters. Since the Flamer lacked the firepower to face these kind of vessels head on, they eventually created a ship that was capable of performing such an action, called the Halik fighter killer. It was originally designed to terminate fighters, hence the name. The frigate was equipped with an array of graviton pulsars, which was effective against smaller vessels. It also helped that the ship was highly maneuverable as well, which is the reason why at least 2 frigates were deployed while escorting Avoiki cruisers. After the Earth-Moon War, the Brakiri realized that they wouldn't be able to stand such an attack, which led them to creating a vessel that could match the strength of other dominant factions such as the Earth Alliance and the Narn. This vessel was called the Tashkat Advance Cruiser. This ship was fast and was equipped with advanced weaponry such as the graviton shifter, which pushes the enemy ships into disarray and disrupt their movements. Of course, this vessel was equipped with other weapons such as graviton beams, pulsars, and bolts. Since the ship was so expensive, very few of them were built. Before we review the last vessel on this list, let's analyze the most commonly known vessel within the Babylon 5 universe, called the Avoiki cruiser. This cruiser was huge and was built for war and for trading. The mass size of this vessel was intended to intimidate their enemies and to transport material. When it comes to its offensive ability, the cruiser is lacking. The ship relies on its heavy armor to survive. There seems to be multiple variants of this ship throughout the years, which stems from constant modification to keep the cruiser competitive. Now let's review the strongest and biggest vessel within the Brakiri fleet, called the Corumia dreadnought. The size alone brings fear to their enemies, and due to the expense of creating such a vessel, only a few of them have been built. Its travel capabilities is limited and it's known to break down. Majority of the time, the dreadnought is seen guarding key planets within the Brakiri territory, and is equipped with outdated weapons due to its reliability. There was a high possibility that the newer weapons could fail during combat, which was unacceptable for the engineers. Overall, the fleet has an array of amazing ships, but they might want to have one fleet with one structure. Currently, they have multiple fleets with different structures. There's a huge gap in technology from the different fleets due to lack of sharing. The Brakiri could easily match the Earth Alliance strength in a matter of years if they united together, but that's just my opinion. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, then please like and subscribe. And to keep yourself updated with my channel, then please click on the notification button below. If you enjoyed this video, then you might enjoy these other 2 videos displayed on the screen. For more sci-fi content, then please check out my socials. Thank you for watching Utopian broadcast, and I'll see you next time on my channel. Thank you.